Sa Agarwood kasi, there are three na growth areas that you have to consider. At yung three growth areas na rin, yan din ang problem areas mo. Okay? So, ang first niyan is from the top of the soil up to the top of the highest na shoot nyo. Okay? Second yan is from the bottom of the soil down all the way to the root. Okay? Doon sa root network niya. Where it touches other plants or trees roots also. Okay? Diyan din nakakaroon ng mycelium network. But mycelium is good kung good fungus siya. Ganon din yung bacteria. Yes, sir. Ay, mic please? Mic. By the way, from UPLB. Graduate po ng UPLB.
Farm. So, basically sa Davao region. So, ang question ko is, dun sa part basically ng risk management is this. Kasi, for example, regarding soil amendment, for example, I'm going to buy someone else, organic matter. Yung question case, wala bang risk, Kasi baka may bad bacteria or something like that. I asked for soil analysis, or something like, pero hindi po nabibigay ng supplier. So the same din sa ginawa ko sa farm na nabili ko, parang yung ahente, nagtataka, ba't ganito to? Sabi ko, kailangan mo i-test muna bago ako bilhin yan, something like that. So nagpadala ko ng sample, and then doon naman sa amendment ilalagay, kasi of course, very important natin ang organic matter. Yun yung dun, yun yung gusto kong makita wala pa siyang risk or something like ano yung dapat kong gawin. Kasi baka andun yung mag-introduce ng something na makaka-harm,
Mm-hmm.
So hindi pwedeng buy ka ng buy, then lalagay mo doon, tapos yun na yung simula. Wala na. So, in the first place, bumili ako ng farm na medyo remote para wala nga masyadong katabi.
Perfect.
Kung mag-introduce na ako ng, let's say, organic matter, yung vermicast, baka yung problema, and I'm relating it dun sa Asian, ASF. So, possible talaga yung mismo, yung mga ahente, yung andun mismo kasi, I'm not a negative thinker, pero sa tingin ko kasi, siyempre, kung ako yung multinational company or something, gusto ko sa akin lahat ecosystem yan I will provide the disease and I will provide the cure. So, palagi akong may kita, So, in a certain way, so parang ganun din yung iniisip ko
Yeah, okay.
So, ano ba yung risk, kasi maraming seller.
Okay. I-encapsulate ko yung sinabi ni sir, Bali, dalawa yan Number one is the value chain. He wants control. Sa every step, nung process o stages, nung kanyang operation. In this sa dragon fruit, We've arranged with the UST 9 for an analysis. Okay? Although, yung formula namin came from the DA itself. But we got to be sure also. So, ngayon, dapat yan, humingi kayo ng MSDS, Materials Safety Data Sheet. Or, I forgot the other one. The other one is chemical. Para malaman mo kung ano yung meron doon. Tapos mamaya, ipapakita ko sa inyo, ano ba yung dapat gamitin para sa agarwood specific. So, dapat meron din talagang ganon. And tama yon, you're asking, because yung biosecurity nga sa farm mo. And, lastly pala, tatlo. 3 folds yung inano mo kanina, ni-raise mo Ang pangatlo is the location. So, kumuha siya ng location para sa farm niya na isolated dun sa iba. So, he can start from zero. Okay? So, controlled niya yung environment. Kasi, meron tayong sa factors, there are factors that you can control. There are factors that you cannot control. And the third one, there are factors that you cannot control, but you can actually adapt to it. And these 3 factors, mamaya i-discuss din natin. So, think about that, yung tatlo na yun. Okay? Very good, sir? The next is human capital. Again, this is human capital development, what we're doing here now. Okay? You are empowering yourself. And I hope you'll be empowering also your people and your neighbors. Kasi maapektuhan kayo eh. Kung yung farm na yan, panay ang gamit niya ng harmful, no, na chemicals, pati ikaw maapektuhan. Ngayon, kung hindi siya aayon, then gumawa ka na sarili ng intervention, environmental design, ang tawag doon. So, like kami, fence off, yung buong 12 hectares, may 4 layer na barbed wire yan, and then, tinaniman ko na rin ng mga aromatic crops, vetiver, citronella, tanglad, no? Para mag-build siya nun sa perimeter. And then, part din ng ano ko is the living fence, yung Madre Cacao. So, para yung mga mist maharang, hindi na makapasok sa farm namin. The USD has been there. The whole farm is ringed with Madre Cacao. Okay? Next, please. Clearing, no? So, ito na yung land development part. This actually takes between 3 to 6 months if you want to do it right. 3 to 6 months. Okay? First, clearing from trim to outright removal. Okay? So, may mga weeds eh. May mga indigenous na flora, halaman o puno doon sa lugar mo. So, you have to study them. Paano pala kung yung halaman ay puno na yan is susceptible to a certain pest at a certain period of the year? So you got to be proactive. Okay? Alamin mo na agad. Hindi yung ang focus mo pagtingin mo sa farm mo is, dito ako magtatanim ng ito, hukayan ko to, dito ako magtanim. You have to look at the environment. Again, it's an ecosystem. No? Tama yung sabi ni Sir. You have to factor that in sa farming mo. Okay? And what if meron pala nakatanim doon na allelopathic? So allelopathic, no, is a characteristic of plants or trees, no, wildlife, na it will try to beat the competition. Either patayin niya o stunt yung growth. So katulad yan, mahogany. Mahogany is allelopathic. Meron akong farm na na-visit, ang dami niyang mangga, tapos ang katabi, puro mahogany. Sir, kaya walang bunga yung mangga mo. Because it's getting stress. Yung energy niya na pupunta to fight off the stress. So, paano magkabunga? Nakarin yung mahogany. One time pa sa Facebook, nakita ko yung interested siya na magtanim ng agarwood. Nakita ko sa profile pic niya, may mga sunflower siya. Tinanong ko, Ma'am, may sunflowers kayong tanim? Oh, yes sir. Oo, dito sa paligid, dito rin ako magtatanim ng agarwood. Naku, ma'am, wag na. Mamili ka between sunflower and agarwood. Because it's also allelopathic. Okay? So, ayan. Sorry? Okay, thank you. Medyo pause na. So, next is sanitizing. Okay? Sun, rain, and neem oil. So, i-clear mo, no? Pero again, wag mo naman pupudpudin. May matitira pa rin na kahit kaunti. Why? Because you want to manage it. Okay? And then gagamitin mo rin yun. Yung mga naputol mo as mulch. Leave it there. Okay? It will decompose. Okay? And then, you have to sanitize. Pa-expose mo sa sun, sa rain, yung farm area na tataniman mo. Okay? And then, importante ang neem oil. Can you click, please? The hyperlink. Yan. Sino po nakakaalam dito? What is that? Grub. Grub from beetles. Lalo na nung El Nino. Ang dami nagtaka. Sir, bakit namamatay yung seedlings ko? Nadali ng El Nino. So, nadidilig ko naman. Bakit namatay? Kasi ng El Nino, the only thing wet is dun sa seedling mo. Yung ground sa seedling mo, kasi yun lang ang basa. Beetles will lay sa moist na soil. So, naging breeding ground siya ng grubs. In 1 week, patay. Kasi kakainin niya ang mga secondary roots. May iwan na lang yung top root. Patay, magda-dieback yan. Pag may dieback, ang isang cause niyan is sa roots. Problema. Which mean dieback, dun sa simula sa taas, namamatay. Yung mga pinaka-young na shoots. Kasi usually, ang una namamatay, yung pag may problema na sa... Again, sabi ko, di ba? Yung what to watch out for is from the soil up to the highest. So, una namamatay niyan, yung baba. Pero kung nag-dieback yan, ibig sabihin, wala nang nutrients na pumapasok. At sino ang unang isasacrifice ng halaman? Anong unang isasacrifice? As a matter of survival. Ang una niya isasacrifice yung bata. Kasi kailangan niya yung malalaking dahon pa niya for production. So magda-die back. Roots. So ito ang problema. Neem oil. Okay? Neem oil is organic. Meron gumagamit, no? And they're encouraging the use of Puradan. Have you used Puradan? Anyone? It's banned in other countries already. Okay? Banned na siya. So, neem oil, I've tried this. Ito, kamay ko yan. Kasi nag-troubleshoot ako. Yung El Nino yan. I actually dug or boiled some of the seedlings at dinala ko sa city from the farm. Dalang suspicion ko nga, baka not enough yung water. So, sabi ko, hindi lang to water eh. Okay naman eh. So, sige, binuksan ko talaga, isa-isa ko. So, yun, I was able to get the grubs. Okay? So, don't use Puradan. Neem oil. Okay? Kung magkaroon ng dry spell again, count on the beetles to lay their eggs near your seedlings. Kakainin yun yung roots mo. Okay? Sino nagkaroon ng problema rito sa grub? Meron? Ano po nangyari? Mike, please. Sino ang Mike?
So what when I was tilling I saw lots of beetles. Then, my Comenjana, I put, and he's surrounding some Madrid cacao leaves, while the Maracenses, I wasn't able to put Madrid cacao leaves. So what happened is, all my Comenjana survived, and my Malacenses died.
Sayang.
Yeah. And after that, because that happens during the El Nino, and after that, I was tilling the land around my Comenjana. I saw lots of beetles. And I think what you have just said is right, that it happens because of the beetles.
Yeah, okay. So, kailangan din kasi rito. Kasi nakalagay doon ano yung sakit, ano yung cause, ano yung intervention na pwedeng gawin kung meron man o wala. So in this case, no, sa sanitizing, no, other than that, para redundant, no, protection, other than sanitizing niya rin ng cacao leaves, right? As organic mulch. However, not enough yon. Kasi yung beetle, maghahanap talaga yan ng wet. So kung plastic mulch, at least sakalin nyo talaga yung puno, nakapit talaga ron, may hirapan yung beetle na pumunta ron sa lupa. Kung basa. So pag nagkaroon ng another dry spell, and you haven't done the proper land development as outlined here, yun ang intervention nyo. Okay?